my channel. Today we're going to talk about Adidas and Dragon Ball Z collection because I have the whole collection here, so let's get on it. Okay, let's move these a bit further away so we can see what happens. So I'm going to start with the first one that released, and this is the Goku shoe. I already have a video about the two first releases, which were the Goku and the Frieza. So I won't be getting into too much detail about those because I will link the video down below and I will have it somewhere here. So yeah, I'm just going to briefly show you the shoe and then go more in detail of all the other shoes. So in total there's 8 different shoes that were released in this collaboration with Dragon Ball Z and Adidas. Yeah, they have a lot of different characters and a lot of different cool stuff, but I will talk about those in a second. And all of these shoes released late last year or throughout the end of last year. So yeah. So if you don't know or haven't heard of Dragon Ball Z before, Dragon Ball Z is a Japanese anime series that was produced in the late 80s to the early 90s, and I've never been really interested in that show. But all of these shoes are my boyfriend's and he watched it when he was small. So yeah, that's why we kind of have all these shoes. But let's get into this, and I will actually move these shoes because they are taking a whole lot of space. So let's start with the box. So all the boxes come with this image with the character in it, and then it produces like the long whole image, and then here at the front it says Dragon Ball Z, and then here at the other side it has the characters like portrait photo, and then the Dragon Ball with 1 star or 1 Adidas star because this was the first one. And yeah, otherwise this box is pretty cool, and in the inside it has these cool papers. Here it has the main character Goku and then the other character which was released in the first patch, and that is Frieza. And both of this shoe and the Frieza shoe have the same papers inside. And inside all of these boxes there's a lot of Dragon Balls and like kind of lightning stuff. So yes. So this shoe kind of represents the main character, and also these shoes have the highest resale value, and these shoes are also kind of the only shoe that have any resale value because yeah, none of the other shoes really have a resale value, but I think that maybe later on, like after years and years, they will go up in price, but we don't know. So these shoes are the colorway of the main character, and they kind of represent his outfit that he's wearing because he's wearing like a orangey blue outfit. And then the whole shoe has like details of the character all around it. Personally, this is not my favorite shoe. I'm not really a fan of the colorway, and also the model of the shoe isn't my favorite. I'm not going to go into detail about what the different symbols are and stuff like that because I've already covered that in my other video, so you can watch that if you want to know more about the shoe. Then let's move on to the next shoe. Then here we have the Frieza shoe, and this is the front image, and then here at the side it has the portrait photo of Frieza and then the 2 Adidas stars in the Dragon Ball. So the paper inside here is the same as in the other shoes that I just showed. So this shoe is also inspired by the whole character, by the coloring, and also the details. It has 2 details here, then it has an F on the tongue, and then also this shoe has really cool like fabric detailing and stuff like that. And this shoe is also covered in my other video, so if you want to know more about this shoe, make sure to watch that probably before you watch this video. So if you haven't seen the details of this, jump into that video and then come back here. But yeah, this is one of my favorite shoes from the release because, well, I'm not a fan of the colorway, but the shoe model, I really like the young one shoe model. But yeah, let's move on to the next shoe, and all the other shoes I will go into detail about the character and the shoe details and everything like that. So yeah. So the next shoe is Cell, and he's one of the main villains in the show. And here on the side it has the portrait photo of him. And here the inside of the paper, I'll show you this side, looks like this. So this has the Cell and Gohan, which are the two releases that came together, so that's why they're on this paper together. And these shoes come with extra pairs of laces. They are like more thick and these are like thin, but they're the same color, but then you have the choice to pick the laces. And this shoe is also, the coloring is inspired by the whole character, because the character kind of has this kind of skin, or the outfit that he's wearing. And the purple comes from his face and other body parts as well. And here inside the shoe, it has 3 stars because this is the 3rd release of the shoes. This shoe doesn't seem to have any hidden details. This is just inspired by the whole character itself with the coloring and everything. And this shoe model is called Prop here, and Adidas has these also in simple colors and everything like that. But yeah, I personally wouldn't wear this shoe that much because it is very colorful. But I do like the shoe model, even though it is pretty bulky and the sole is pretty funky. But overall, I think this is a cool looking shoe. Just the colors are pretty wild. But that was pretty much all that I have to say about these shoes. So let's move on to the next one. The next shoe is Gohan, and he's the son of Goku. And he and Cell came in the same release because he defeated Cell. So then the first release that came with the Goku and Frieza, they came together because Goku defeated Frieza. So that's kind of like the battle partners in a way. So yeah, and here on the other side it has the portrait photo of Gohan and the 4 Adidas star Dragon Ball. And the paper inside here is the same as the other one, or the earlier one that I showed you, so I'm not going to show you that one. Alright, so this shoe also, as all the other shoes, is inspired by the character and the colors on his outfit. And the shoe is the Derupt model from Adidas, and yeah, all around the shoe there's this purple mesh that goes around, and then there's these yellow stitches and also this yellow detail here, and also under the mesh there's like these goldeny lightnings, and then at the back it has these Japanese marking, and also inside the shoe, like along the heel, it has also some Japanese markings. And the lightnings in the shoe come from the transformation that the character goes through when he battles with Cell and he transforms into Super Saiyan 2. And that's kind of, or the Super Saiyan 2 has like these lightnings going all around, so that's why it kind of has the lightning. And the yellow color that's all on the shoe comes from also the transformation to the Super Saiyan, because their hair turns into yellow and they have like this yellow flame around them. And also the back logo is the logo of Gohan, so that's why it has that there. Overall, this shoe is not one of my favorites. I'm not a fan of purple, and this is kind of like a really bright purple. And also the Derupt shoe itself is not my favorite because it is really hard to clean, and yeah, I'm not really a fan of the mesh details. But yeah, let's move on to the next shoe. Then the next shoe that I have is Vegeta, and he was, in the beginning, he was kind of a villain, and he kind of is a villain, but he works together with Goku. But in the beginning, he fought against Goku, and Goku won him, and he got really pissed off. But then when Frieza came along, he was the main villain of the whole show and kind of the most powerful villain. So then when he came along and he actually killed Vegeta's father, so then Vegeta and Goku had to work together. So they got along because they were fighting against Frieza. And even though they kind of did become friends, but then Vegeta still really never got over the fact that Goku won him, so they weren't the bestest friends, but still they fought together against the villains. So in a way he was good, but in a way not that good. But yeah, and here on the side it also has the portrait photo and the Dragon Ball Z with 5 Adidas stars. And here in the paper it has Vegeta and then Majin Buu. And yeah, and the Majin Buu is the other shoe that released at the same time. So this shoe is also inspired by the outfit and the whole character in the colorway. And the yellow comes from his like soldier armor, and then the blue is his whole outfit. Then here in the tongue it has the 5-star Dragon Ball. And here at the back it has the over 9,000 text, and that is Vegeta's power level, or I think it's from one of the episodes where a character measures his power level, and then it's like over 9,000, which was a lot in the beginning of the show, but then in the end they all had like millions of power levels, so yeah, it's not that much in the end, but yeah, that's a cool detail. And then it has Adidas logos there. And this shoe model is the Ultra Tech. I'm not a fan of the mesh on the bottom. I really like the colorway, even though it is very Sweden-like, but I think it goes well with the whole shoe, and this is my favorite shoe out of the whole collection, and this would be a shoe that I would consider getting myself from the whole collection. But yeah, otherwise there weren't that many hidden details on these shoes, but this yellow fabric in the front is really cool. It's like a Alcantara type of fabric. But yeah, let's move on to the next shoe. The next shoe that I have here is the Majin Buu, and he is kind of the last villain of the show because Dragon Ball Z has other Dragon Ball shows and continued after the Dragon Ball Z. This is Majin Buu's first form, and he evolves to a different form later in the show when he grows stronger. And here in the other side it has the portrait photo of Majin Buu and then the 6-star Dragon Ball at the top. Then here the inside of the paper is the same as in the earlier shoe. So this shoe is also inspired by the character on its colorway, and it's like all around suede pink or like light pink. I really like the color, but I'm not a fan of this shoe. And this model is the Adidas Commanda, and yeah, it says Adidas Commanda here, and then it has this gold label here that also says Adidas Commanda. Then it also has purple laces as well as these pink laces, and that also comes from the colors of Majin Buu's outfit. Here in the tongue it says Mr. Satan, and that is another character that didn't have its own shoe, but a character that is shown in the show. And Majin Buu and Mr. Satan kind of became friends in the end of the show, so yeah, that's I think why it is mentioned here. And also it says on the other shoe as well. Then here in the inside of the shoe it has the Dragon Ball with 6 stars, and that is because this is the 6th shoe that has been released. And yeah, then here in the bottom, if you look at both of the shoes, it has these Japanese markings, and that also comes from the character itself. Then another detail here at the back, it has this M, which also represents Majin Buu, and it's like kind of his logo, and the M is printed on this neon like rubber type of fabric, and the rubber kind of I think represents the character's overall appearance. He's kind of like a rubbery type of person or character. But overall, the colorway is really nice, but the shoe in general is not my favorite. I'm not a fan of the sole itself. Then let's move on to the last original release, even though there was kind of a special release. But yeah. So the next shoe is the last of the whole image, and this is the dragon, which is called Shenron. The whole shoe collection kind of goes in the theme of the whole series, because when you collect all the 7 Dragon Balls, like this is the 7th one, then you can summon the dragon, and the dragon can grant any wish that you have. So you can bring back someone from life or anything like that. So yeah, I think it's a really nice detail that when you collect the whole piece, you kind of get the whole image, and then you get the head of the dragon, because all the boxes have parts of the dragon, but then when you have the last box, you kind of get the dragon. And also all the shoes have their own Dragon Ball, so it's nice when you collect all the shoes, you kind of get the dragon. Even though you didn't get it, you still had to buy it, but still it's a nice touch. But yeah, let's see how this one looks. Also, before that, it has the, not a portrait this time, it has the whole dragon, and then a 7-star Dragon Ball. So this shoe, the paper inside, it has the Shenron dragon in it. So this shoe, once again, is inspired by the whole character of the dragon, and the colorway comes from there, and it has this striping with darker and lighter greens, and that is kind of comes from the dragon as well. And then here at the back, it has Japanese markings, and here it has these stripes. And then at the back, it has this dragon skin-like fabric here, which is pretty cool. And otherwise, this shoe doesn't have that many hidden details of the actual character, but overall, I feel like this is once again a really bright colorway, so it is not my favorite. The shoe model itself is pretty cool because it's very simple, and the shoe model is equipped support mid ADV. The whole shoe is kind of like a sock. It doesn't have any lining inside, so it is pretty much a sock with a sole. But yeah, then I will take here the other dragon shoe. This also, the box has the same image as the kind of original dragon box, but then here at the front it has a golden Dragon Ball Z text, which is pretty cool, and here it has the whole dragon, which is gold, and then it has a Dragon Ball with 7 stars, the same as the other dragon box. So first there was going to be only 7 shoes that were going to be released, but then there was a rumor going around that there were going to be this golden extra 8th shoe, and then the rumors came true and they did release this extra shoe. This golden second dragon shoe is kind of like a special edition and not really part of the original Dragon Ball Z collection, but it is nice to have like a special shoe because I really like this colorway. So this shoe is inspired by the Super Shenron, which is another dragon in the Dragon Ball Z series, and because it is a large universe, they have different dragons, so they kind of do the same thing. They can grant your wishes. So yeah, this shoe is pretty cool because it is all black and gold, and it has these gold details here in the laces, and also the stripes that were green here, they are black and gold here. And then it has the same markings on both of the sides, and otherwise it's pretty similar to the other shoe, but it's just a different colorway. This shoe is also one of my favorites because of the colorway and the shoe itself. I think it looks pretty nice, and even though it's a sporty looking sneaker, because of the gold and black, I feel like you could pull it off with a fancier outfit as well. This also has the dragon-like skin fabric here and here, but it's all in black, so you can't see the details that easily. And also the gold has like this glittery knitting here, so it's pretty cool. It kind of shines. Also, these are shoes that kind of have a resale value, but it's not that big, but still they have a higher price than they originally had. And also a special thing about these shoes is that they only released them in the Adidas website. They were harder to get than any of the other shoes, and these golden ones were more limited to the green ones. Even though I think now the green ones go higher in price for resale, so yeah, I'm not really sure. But yeah, all the other shoes you could get from pretty much any sneaker store. Not any sneaker store, but most of the sneaker stores and many places from online, so they were much easier to get. And also a funny story, when we were trying to get these shoes, we were at the airport going to the security, and then after the security, my boyfriend just like flew from the security section and opened his laptop and tried to cop these shoes, and gladly we got them both, which is pretty nice because now we have like the whole collection. So yeah, I will show you details of these shoes after I stop rambling, and then also I'm going to show these on feet so you can get a better idea how they look on. But thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and also subscribe. I'll see you next time. Bye!
Is it over? Not to the fist jumps. It's over.